Hello everyone and welcome back to For the Minions, a weekly show where we discuss some of the games that are set to possibly fill the hole that left in our hearts by the passing of Paragon. Joining me as always is my partner in crime, Mandimal. Mandy, how you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks so much. How are you?
Doing great. Joining us as well today is Blaine Fiasco. Blaine is the gentleman who suggested that we start bringing in viewers to guest host. He's been a subscriber for a long time. He always cracks me up with his comments. Blaine, thank you so much for your suggestion. Thank you so much for coming out today. How you doing, man?
I'm doing okay, I guess. I just say, hi, Mom. I'm actually in it now.
And we can hear you. So before we go on, who is your favorite hero, Blaine?
Countess. She's actually the one that got me into playing the game.
Oh, Countess. I thought it was Shimby.
Like, second. Countess is my first.
Oh, right on. A lot of Countess fans out there for sure. Countess is a very effective hero that people love to play.
Effective until V42 or so.
Yeah. Well, they made her overly effective for a while. Anyway, let's get right into it with the news and updates, starting with, if I can get it up, with MetaBuff. MetaBuff this week released their Gray Box AB map testing. They allowed influencers and content creators to play around on their map, just the kind of grayed out map. A lot of people were kind of concerned that there wasn't enough vegetation and such, so I interweaved, they gave us some high-res pictures of their map. So I'll weave those in with the video up there so you can take a look and see what the map is going to look like eventually. But they just wanted to test out two different maps to see which one they liked better. Mandy and I got to participate in it, which was a lot of fun. Mandy, what did you think of the AB map test?
Man, I really went back and forth between, first I liked map B, then I was like, no, I like map A, and I was like, no, I do like map B. It was really hard for me to decide, and I still go back and forth, but I know for someone who's so new to YouTube, I was just really excited to even be included. It was really a surprise, and I was just happy to be here, man.
Blaine, what did you think about the AB map test?
It was interesting. Maybe it's just me because of all the gray squares. I couldn't really identify too many features.
Right.
But map A kind of looked more like Monolith, and B looked more like Legacy. There was something about B that I didn't really like, but at the same time, I imagined if it had like vegetation, it would look a lot like Legacy, which I've never played. I think I'm leaning towards B.
Yeah.
But it kind of looks almost too big.
People were very split. On their opinions. The only unanimous thing I could find among all of my viewers is that everybody seemed to think that the river buffs were a little bit too close to the lane on map A. That's like the only thing everybody agreed on. So I'm pretty sure that's one of the things that'll get changed if they do map A.
Yeah, I really didn't like that positioning at all. It was just kind of awkward, and I wasn't into it. And
overshadowed a bit by the gray maps was the lore that they released. They released lore for Gadget. It was like Gadget Shimby lore. They went a different direction with their lore. I really liked the lore. I expected like backstory of what they were going to, like Blaine even brought this up in his comments on the video, is that I expected backstory for Gadget, but what we got was like like the story of where she's at right now. And I thought that was really cool after a while. At first I was kind of like, what is this? But as the story progressed, I really liked it. Mandy, if you could update us on what's going on with Predecessor for now.
Sure. So it sounds like they are pretty much done with most of the programming, and they're going to start some internal testing, which is really exciting. They're adding some final UI elements to like a mini map and things like that. So that's really cool. We've been seeing all these like little things here and there, and I can't wait to see it all like put together in the alpha. They are, we're getting really close to that alpha time. And it sounds like they're going to be running some dev tests this week, so it'll be most likely 2v2. And let's see here, I gotta pull up my show notes, I'm so sorry. So we have confirmation. There has been the first kill, the first person to die in Predecessor, and it was none other than Sergeant Smokey. He was taken down by the level designer Fringe. So apparently you can stop the Smokey.
Take that, Smokey. So yeah, Predecessor is really coming along. It's really coming along well. You can see in the background Smokey working on the stream. I think there's also a little bit of RGS Ace's stream where he like Smokey works on trying to build the game. Ace tries to break the game on his stream. Like he was trying to have two Muriels ult to each other at the same time and kind of crap like that. It was fun. It was fun to watch. It was fun to watch.
Bananas.
But yeah, they're really coming along well on Predecessor. I know their closed alpha was scheduled for March. Smokey they didn't have an exact date for March. Smokey wanted to leave the entirety of March open in case something happened, and so that he could kind of recover on that. And but it looks like we might be getting it sooner rather than later, so that's good news.
Yeah, he's definitely on top of things, and he's really, really good about setting expectations and setting realistic goals for himself and the team. He's not like, I hate to keep bringing it up, but hashtag every 3 weeks, he's like, he knows when to set these realistic, deadlines and things for them.
Yeah. So let's move on to VG. We had a statement from Visionary Games about Phoenix Rising. Let me switch to the VG. There we go. So the statement was from Christian, or Mr. Videos. He's kind of the guy that's been running everything over at Visionary Games. It says, as for actual details of the game, I do not have anything to disclose. Yes, we are making progress, and yes, I've seen a lot of cool things from my people the past few weeks. Officially disclosing information is not something we really want to do for a decent minute. So, Visionary's still in the fight, still keeping at it, still trying. Good to hear from them. Just, drop by their Discord, just give them a little pep talk, keep their spirits up, keep supporting Visionary, and keep their spirits high over there, if you would, please.
Yeah, I definitely don't think they're out of it. In their case, like, I hate to use the term like no news is good news, but I think that means that they've got their nose to the grindstone and they're just really working on producing something really cool, so that way when they do have something to tell us, it's going to be something, It's going to be real good.
Moving on, for Ethereal this week, we didn't actually have any updates, so to speak. So what we did was like a deep dive on how many myths have been released for Ethereal, and then what myths are going to be released for their alpha. And we actually have an exclusive release of some artwork for one of their myths that you have never seen before. So let's go ahead and switch over to that video. I've been meaning to do a deep dive to find out what myths have been released for Ethereal, and when I finally did, I was kind of surprised by the amount. I like to think that I stay well up to date on all 4 of the games we track on the show, but I didn't know about several of the playable characters planned for Ethereal. Let's take a look by class to see what they have in store for us and what information has been released. If you'd like to learn more about the backstories, lore, classes, or anything about Ethereal in general, check out the links to their social media in the description below. Much of the information can be found on their Discord under the Announcements tab. We'll start with the Archmage class, a pretty standard damage caster type hero. First we have Noxus, or Noxious, not sure, Seer of the Light. A bit of backstory was released for her along with this concept art. Then we have Kalia, the one-tailed kitsune. One-tailed fox, whatever. We have a bit of concept art as well as some 3D design for her. There was also a very interesting bit of lore written about her, but we'll have to wait until they're done with their lore remake to find out more. The Berserker class. We have 3 heroes for the Berserker class, Berserkers being a bruiser class with the ability to destroy parts of the environment. First up we have Yara, the Roaming Fury. A bit of backstory and some concept art is all we have for her. Aran, Harbinger of Doom, concept art as well as some 3D art for this scary fucker. Grognark, the Primordial Wrath. We have concept art, splash art, some 3D art, and a bit of backstory for Grognark. Back in my Warcraft days, my main was named Bragnark. Is there a connection? No. The Cleric class, these are your supports people, so get to know them and love them. First we have Dr. Grace, the Renegade. All we have for her so far is some concept art. Then we have Nikolai, the Musical First. I don't know if it's first or fist. I think it's Musical First. We have concept art and 3D art for this cute little guy. The Knight class, the Tanks of Ethereal, they'll be able to bring unique team supporting abilities to the game. We have Acheron, Knight of Craxus. All I could find for this dude was some concept art. Talos, the Broken Shield. We have concept art, some 3D models, and animations for Talos, along with some backstory. I dig the big-ass axe. The Marksman class. These are your ADCs. If you enjoy dominating with damage in the late game, these are going to be right up your alley. First up, we have Dante, Protector of Zuria. We have some concept art and a bit of flavor text for him. We have Malware, a bit of 2D art and splash art as well, and there's a bit of backstory for Malware in the announcements. Now for the Reaper class, the Assassins of Ethereal, they'll be able to interact with the environment by running up walls and shit. Malaya, the Undying Garnet. There has been a ton of info and art for this myth. She seems to be kind of filling the role as the poster girl for Ethereal. Not only is there a fair bit of lore surrounding her, but we have concept art, 2D art, 3D models, some animation, and even some joke art. We also have some exclusive art. These are pieces that Owen sent directly to me, so that's kind of cool. You're not going to see these anywhere else. Owen, the Chains of Varanor. Also a good bit of lore surrounding this guy. We have concept art and 3D models. Exiel, the Twin Souls. We have a bit of backstory and some 3D models for Abman McSixpack here. The Sky Slayers, a very exciting addition. These guys are flying junglers. The wings are not just for show. So we have Zero, Lights Herald. We have some backstory, a huge chunk of lore, concept art, and 3D models. Then we have Leia, the Jungle Queen, a bit of backstory as well as concept art and some 3D models. The Overseer class. They are keeping this class a mystery and as such have not released any myths from this class. They sure do know how to tease over at Undying. Now the next obvious question is, who of these myths will be available in the alpha? The answer is Aron, Grognark, Zero, Leia, Malaya, Exiel, Malware, Dante, Noxus, Kalia, Nikolai, Marina, Acheron, and Talos. Yara and Grace will come out soon after. Now if you were paying close attention, you'll notice that I didn't cover Marina in the list of released myths. That's because they haven't released anything about her until now. Owen sent me some exclusive stuff here. It's a bit of concept art for Marina, and it looks like it might be 3D. She's going to be a support with strong aquatic influences. I'm told her clothing will be made of fish scales, her skirt will give the impression of a betta fish, and her hair will be water. Straight up water. And she'll have this sweet looking trident, or I don't know, I need to count the points. Maybe it's an octodent. I didn't count the points. But yeah, so you heard it here first. Marina, going to be kind of a mermaidish sort of support character. So, and I love supports. Already kind of leaning towards Nikolai because he's cute and furry, but maybe Marina. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into Ethereal's myths. I hope at least one of these heroes piqued your interest. And as they say at Undying, I hope to see you all in the ether. Mango!